Hi, my name is Justin. I make music under several names. Blackside is one of them. So today we are continuing from yesterday. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide up the sample that we saved, and this is where we left off. Alright, so we have a nice little groove going. Let me just grab a little bit of my purple drink. That's delicious. Alright. So, pulling another sample in. Same technique. Exactly the same technique. So we're going to pull that to the, to the top. And so this is what we have going on right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these. Let's just get rid of these extra tracks from my template. Let's get rid of that audio kick track. Alright, so we'll relabel these soon. But we're going to group them right now. Okay, so let's pull those in. And we're going to call that sample 1, just for now. Okay, cool. So, now that we have this settled, what I did is I actually chopped it a little bit. So what I did is I took this section right here, and I just separated it, dragged it down, added a fade. So we'll drag that across. I looped it, and then what I did for the last loop is I left the fade open. And what I'm gonna do is, I didn't do that before, but I'm gonna show you is I'm gonna go into, and I see 512. I want to see 1024 down in the bottom right corner, and what I want to do is just go one block, get a nice hard fade right there, and it'll add a nice little skip right before that transient hits. Alright, and so what that gives us right now from, whoops, I apologize. So that's the full sample. There we go. So I took the first part, chopped it up like that, then that gives us this. I'm going to give it a hard cut at 100. Let's just check where that's peaking. B4, you know what? I kind of want it to hit an A, so I'm just going to drop it down an octave. Only because that clip is hitting an A major, so we're just going to take that down. Just a touch more. Sometimes audio is finicky, so we're going to just take it down one more. Let's see what we got going on here. Alright, that's close enough. Okay, so we just took that first section right here and chopped that. And so now what we have here is the second part, and I just chopped that into sections right here. So if you check that out, alright, sweet. So what I want to do is I want to split these across. So, and I want to, so obvious place for these is to just back up the fill. And then what we're going to do with these is we're going to just chop them out, right? Make room, because we're just trying to keep things as open as possible. Okay, so now let's bring in the other samples and let's see what we can get. So I'm going to take these out of the group, and what I want to do is I want to take these, slide them up in, and we're going to use our ears, but we're also going to use our eyes in terms of what spaces can we fill. It's more about creating interesting timing, and grooves than making it bang down, up and down, up and down. So we have a nice little groove. Let me just play that one more time before we start sliding things in. Excuse me, sorry. Here we go. Wait, there we go. There we go. Apologies. I'm gonna grab a gummy worm or two real quick. So what I want to do is I'm just going to start dropping flags where I see like movement that I want to accentuate, if that makes any sense. Once I start dropping flags, if it doesn't make sense, I will be explaining a little bit more later, okay? So don't worry. So I have three little areas that I'm kind of focusing on right now, and this is basically looping. So right here we got this section right here, buck up, right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if any of these fit in. So let me just solo. I'm silly. Let me hit that. All right, there we go. So what if I did something like this? Pulled those in back here, like that. And then what we'll do is we'll take everything below here, turn it off. Let's just see how that sounds. Oh, that's for later. That's for like a break or something. Yeah, see, look at that. And then we could do probably the same thing somewhere in here. And then we can take this and pull it like somewhere here. Check this. We'll sneak it in like somewhere in here to give like a little bit more momentum, and we'll take that across. And then all right, then let's see what we're working. Let's see what we're working with now. So, all right. So these two clips aren't doing much for us. It feels like they're not offering much, and one of the reasons I think is this one is just so quiet. Yeah, I don't want that. I can place in a quiet hi-hat whatever I want. Now this though, we can play around with this. Let's see what we got. Okay, so that's a nice sample. We're just putting it in the wrong place. So, and I say we royally, aka the royal meaning that I am making mistakes. But what if we think about, let me just pull these markers down since they serve their function. Okay, so we got a cool sample. We put it in the wrong place. I'm gonna get a copy in here, and where do we want to use it? Do we want to use it on a 2-bar, on a 4-bar, 8-bar, 16-bar loop? I'm thinking like 2 bars. So I want to take it in here and see if I can find a cooler place to put it. Okay. So what if I sneak it right in before the point 2? Kind of emphasizes almost. So I'm gonna make sure I touch that fade and slide it back. Yeah, let's see. Alright, so let's take that down a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, what's it, -5. Let's take it to -9. Let's make it official. There we go. So I'm gonna put that in. Now how do we want to work that into the 9-bar though, is the real question. Like maybe we should sneak it in like somewhere later, like around here, and then do something like that. You know, just keep it, you know, break out our cards later. You know, if you got an ace, hold on to it for a bit. Let me get some water real quick. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Splice loop from Sennheiser, that they did everything. It's not me. It's not me. Everyone at Splice is honestly the best. Oh my gosh. What? Seriously? Oh my gosh. Splice is amazing. Splice is amazing. It's unfair. I can't tell you what I used to do before Splice. Alright, I'm just having too much fun. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete that because that's where we chopped all those samples from. Now let's see what we can do with this. I chopped it a bit, and I'm gonna duplicate that across. But what I want to do is I want to figure out what we can do with this. I'm gonna keep the kick in to get it to sit better. But I kind of like that. almost like ET sound that's coming. Let's see, real quick, what are we working with in terms of so G sharp to A sharp is kind of where it's pushing. I just wanted to double check, make sure I wasn't making any mistakes before I started adding effects to this. But what I want to do first is channel EQ. Okay, perfect. And just trying to control some stuff. But I like the feel of the channel EQ, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna start rolling this down, but I want to have some drive on it. Alright, that's cool. Now we're going to have some fun with it real quick. We're going to take a reverb. We're going to throw a reverb on. We're going to go for my max for live. Devices. Where are you? Distance. Okay. Make it super big. Let's turn the EQs off because we can handle that on our own. We're going to come grab an EQ. And this might not make a lot of sense, but I'm going to grab another reverb. I'm going to put it, turn it off, and then we're going to grab another EQ, put it behind. And then, only then will it hit distance. Okay, so we already got a nice little vibe from that first reverb. And it's a little bit long for my taste. To turn that pre-delay all the way on. And I like the groove that's giving me on full wet, so what we're going to do is we're just going to make a little groove real quick. And we're just going to take the dry signal down a ton, and I'm going to just feed it back in until I feel how much I would need it for the groove. Oh, I clicked wrong, but negative 11 is what I wanted. Okay, cool. So we got a nice little groove going with that. And what I just want to do with this EQ is just tighten things up. Just make sure nothing's sneaking through, because I'm paranoid. And then with this EQ, what we're going to do is we're going to turn that off. We're going to turn this to like 12. And we're going to keep this somewhere in like the 9. I like 999. I don't know why, but I like it. $59 feels good. And all of this annoying stuff that I'm doing is going to make sense because it's just going to fill up this groove a little bit. And what I'm using these dry wet knobs mostly is to see, I'm trying to set it in terms of volume with the rest of the groove. And then we're going to do something fun, which is we're going to take a glue compressor. And I do bass low extender on anything and everything. And I don't touch the makeup because what I like to do with the bass low extender is to put something behind it that controls the volume. So either I'll drop it back or I'll EQ it or I'll take the volume and I'll feed it into something or etc. etc. So it's kind of loud for me. Alright, so that's sick. It's nice. I like the room it's creating. What I want to do is I want to make that room exciting, but I also want to make it unpredictable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just touching it, and I'm trying to get it to go 3 times. I could go to my master and find out the exact value, but I'm just trying to touch it, just a touch, just a little bit, and then so now it's going to be bouncing kind of in weird ways to the left or right, but now check that in the context of this. I'm going to grab some gummies here real quick. Now this still does not have enough. So we're gonna beef that. We're gonna beef that bad boy up. So we're gonna go redux. We're gonna overdrive. Actually no, I want erosion, and I'll show you why in a sec, because I feel like the top isn't popping. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this down to like 12. We're just gonna start rolling this back. I'm just trying to get some beef out of it. That redux is not doing anything. This is embarrassing. So let's freak it out. Let's see if we can go up a little bit. There we go. I like the pop on that. So let's go 55. And then let's see if we can push some noise. I like that frequency. Okay, so let's do a hard cut. Let's pull that down. No. There we go. And I kind of want to get it a little bit angrier. So let's just put in warm right after, and let's see what happens. I'll just take up like 6 dB just in case. There we go. That's the pop I'm looking for. Alright. This is embarrassing. I'm tired of this. Let me pull in another sample. So let's go to this is a free sample pack. I'm trying to use stuff that everyone has access to. So let's find okay, so we're gonna take this. I'm just trying to steal a hat to kind of like build this, like fill this sound out. So we're just going to come in here. That's a pretty good one right there. And I just kind of have to to shape it a little bit, but the frequency range is like on point. I don't really want to touch it at all in that regard. So I'm going to get it all the way here, and then let's cut that off. Get a little fade. Come on, let's find the front. Hold on. That's fine. Chop it. Just a fade, just a touch of a fade. And then let's start placing it. So I like it here. The problem is I'm trying to get it to sit kind of in this. Oh, it's already worked. I'm gonna take it and just extend it real quick, chop it. So that's that BPM. Let's get a quick reverse in, and then pull that to there, and let's see if that beefs that little section up enough. Yeah, look at that. It's got a little pop. All right, let's check this out. Let's just see what we're working on. Might be time to chop some of these bad boys around. Let's see what we're doing. Two of these might be fun. You know, maybe none of them, but that little one right there. Yeah, I like that, like power. It's like a nice film. Just start playing around with some EQs on this. 55 because we're working in A major, so 55 is the lowest A that I really want to hear in this. So if I put that at 55, there we go. Let's check that real quick. At 55, and this will all make sense in a second. There we go. Because the kick's actually hitting at 55. So if I roll off 55 and see that, I can just go higher. Now with these, that's a problem. Yeah, see that I'm gonna leave alone because it's below. It's peaking below 100, and so I just wanna see both of those. I think I'm gonna just cut at 100. This one we gotta be careful with because it's got some textures that are hitting and I like. Okay, turns out it's not the low end that I like. Cool. We're gonna do the same thing with this. Wait, hold on. Okay, so we actually have to take all of these down. One. There we go. And I'm just gonna lock these in at 100 and we'll go from there. If it's really that important, we'll go back. But what I'm just trying to focus on is clearing out that low end, because the kick, if we look at it actually on a spectrum analyzer, whoops. Interesting. I thought I switched this across, but I never switched the root note, so it's actually playing an F. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate it. We're going to place this at F. It's interesting that sounds good. Let me just do a double check because that really shouldn't. I mean, in the best way, but it shouldn't, see, because that is out of key. But what we're going to do is, because apparently it does, maybe we got something going on. But what I'm going to do is we're going to save that kick. We're going to take this kick. We're going to pitch it to A. And we're going to sneak it in on top. So we're listening to the kick that shouldn't be playing. And we're going to end up, you know, really what I'm going to end up doing is this, which is putting it to A, switching the kick to F, sharp, and then doing that. Really, that's what's going to end up happening either way. Go like that. Oh, whoops. And then this kick will be the, whoa. Will be this kick that we're going to sneak in on top, because A is in scale of A minor. Sneak the bottom in is this way. There's a knock. There's like a knock, and I can't tell if it's. Let me turn the snap. Is there something up with this? So it's, there's a knot. Why is it? It's giving me a little bit of problems. Hold on. Okay. That's fine. Alright. We're going to put a gate behind this. I'm hearing a little bit of clapback. I can't tell if it's my poor monitoring system or if it's the sample, which I've used 1 billion times. I've never... Put that on this kick too. There we go. No click. There we go. So I feel like everything except the I want to pull these I'm about to call them triplets, but they're not triplets. These like 3-some vibes. We're gonna pull the volume down to like negative. Let's go like -2. So, my name's Justin. I make music under several names, but one of them is Black Site. Cheers.